Let's hope that you clicked on this episode today to find out how to hire a roofing contractor in the case that you need one, and that you're not currently in like the oh crap moment right now because you can see the sky through your roof. Either way, you're gonna learn 7 tips to hiring a roofing contractor and what you should be ready for. My name is Andrew Finney, and my passion is helping you make sense of real estate. If you need help finding a top agent near you, or if you simply want to drop me a line to say hello, my contact info is below. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel now and like this video. Thank you. All right, my friend, let's take a closer look at the steps involved to hiring a roofing contractor. And before we get to that, I'd like to share a personal story with you about the first home that I bought here in Las Vegas, Nevada, whenever I had to have a full roof replacement back in 2013. It, at the time, was nuts. This is before I was a trusted real estate advisor, and it was the last thing I expected. I put so much sweat equity. I had tapped out my bank account pretty close in some of the renovations and projects I was doing on the house, and the last thing on my mind was replacing the roof. Yet when I found myself in the attic playing Jed Clampett with pots and pans, trying to keep the water from becoming a pool inside my house, I realized I really got to get this thing fixed. There is no patch, there is no repair that can be done to this. This is going to have to be a full-on roof replacement. So one of the things that I did was quickly talk to some of the neighbors in the area. I also started looking online for online ratings and reviews to find a good contractor. Had some out to the house, gave me some quotes, gave me some prices, but there were certainly some that stood out from others. And what makes this even more interesting is that one of my neighbors on the same court as that first house was also going through the same issue and also doing his vetting process for who he was going to hire. Ultimately, I hired a licensed, bonded, and insured roofing contractor to replace my roof, and there was never a problem. Unfortunately, my neighbor opted to go the cheaper route and didn't hire a licensed, bonded, or insured roofer, and what ended up happening is he paid even more money. It's like he had to replace 2 roofs because the people that were licensed and bonded and insured that ultimately replaced his roof had to undo the screw-ups from the first contractor. That's why we're having this conversation today. So let's talk about the 7 things you want to do and identify as you move forward in hiring a roofing contractor. The first thing is finding contractors. When we're talking about finding contractors, we use Google for everything. Let's use Google again. Let's cross-reference it against Yelp, and let's cross-reference it against anything else that you need to do. And of course, you're going to want to ask your family and your friends if they've had any good roofers or know of any good roofers that you can interview for the job of replacing your roof. Initially, you may want to have as many as 10 different contractors on your list as you can win them through. That'll take us to step 2, which is filtering and sorting out and coming up with a short list of your favorite 2 to 3. Now, how are you going to know which 2 to 3 are like your most favorite, right? Again, hop back on the Google. What we want to do is we want to check out those online ratings. We want to check out their online reviews, see what other people are saying. And by the way, if they don't have a website that you can find them, that's already a problem. Let's face it, and let's be honest here. Anybody and everybody that has a reputable business at this point has a website that can be found. Anybody and everybody that is reputable in their trade, in their profession, is going to make it easy for you to find them for just this purpose of screening down and narrowing down who the people are that you want to have over to your home to interview. If they don't have a website, it's already not a good sign. Scratch that one and move on to the next for those that do. As you're going through the reviews, you of course are going to want to clue in not only on seeing all the wonderful positive reviews about companies, but also clue in specifically on like negative reviews. Why was it a negative review? Was it something that the company did or one of their workmen had done at the house that caused that negative review? Or was it simply one of those cases that a customer just can't be pleased, is never happy, and just a bad client? I mean, let's be honest, they do exist, right? After that, what we want to do is move on and confirming their accreditations. An easy way to do that is to review your state's roofing certification board. And what you're going to do in specific is you're going to use the search tools on that website by entering in that contractor's license number. What'll happen is it'll populate a list of results to see if there's been any complaints, and also, of course, to make sure they do have the accreditations they say they do. The third thing is letting everyone know. What you want to do is you want to contact the various roofing companies that made it to your top 2 to 3 list and make sure that you're letting them know what kind of things you need done. Now, if you're wondering how should I describe this to them, that's a great question. There's 4 things you want to consider sharing with them. Number 1 is the type of the roofing job. Are you looking for a replacement? Are you looking for a patch? Or what is the magnitude? Is it a full roof replacement, a partial roof replacement? Describe it to the best of your ability to let them know what they're getting themselves into. The second maintenance, any other related jobs that might come up because they're on the roof anyways. Perhaps you've noticed a flue or two that needs to be replaced. Those might be other items that you would like to ask them about and if they cover. The third thing are the materials they'll need. Now you might be saying, Andrew, I'm not a roofer. How the heck am I supposed to know what a roofer needs? Well, fortunately it's pretty simple. We know if we have a tile roof, a shingle roof, we know if the paper underneath the roof is going bad. We know some of those things. Now, if you don't know, that's okay too. Just tell them, you know, I have a tile roof or I have a shingle roof, but I'm not completely certain what all is going to be needed. I'm hoping that you can tell me more about that in your estimate that you provide to me. The fourth thing is the time frame involved. How soon do you need to get this done? Understand that whenever you go into a rainy season in an area, and yeah, I mean, even Las Vegas, Nevada gets rain. I mean, we do get our monsoon season. It won't be anything compared to some areas of the country by any means, but we get rain. That being said, when you're contacting a roofing company and you need them out there like right now, if it's rainy season, you may not get that service right now, unfortunately. So you want to give them a time frame, and you also want to be honest with yourself about what's going on in that time of the year with your climate so that you can have a reasonable forecast of when to expect them out, and you share your desire with them how soon you want to have them out. Whatever works best for you, that'll help you winnow down your list to finding the right roofing contractor for you. The fourth one is getting quotes. Of course, we're going to want to know how much is this going to cost us at the end of the day. Now, a good roofing professional is going to say, hey, you know, it's hard for me to give you an accurate estimate unless I go out for a site visit. Make sure that you guys schedule a time that's convenient to both your schedule to come out, let them up on the roof, do a site visit, do what they need to do, and then ask them, are you prepared to give me an estimate? If not right now, how soon can I expect one? Do the same thing with the other top contenders on your list. Step 5 is reviewing the quotes. You want to make sure that you understand what the quote entails. A good roofing contractor will break down the expenses from materials to labor to parts to anything else that may be required for the job of fixing your roof. Now, when it comes to roofing quotes, there's 5 things in specific to take a closer look at. The first is the physical address of the company. Quickly go on the Google Earth and make sure, hey, they are a company, they have a physical location. This is a good thing, so it should be on the quote along with emails and contact information. The second is detailed pricing. Again, that list of breakdown for every piece, every material, and an estimated cost for the overall project. The third is the quality of materials they intend to use with that estimate. Now, believe it or not, especially when it comes down to like a tile roof, sometimes they call it paper that goes underneath the tile. There's also synthetic composites that can go underneath it that have a much higher duration and a much higher lifespan. You want to know what is the quality of the material being used from the tiles or the shingles and to the paper that's used underneath those tiles. Know exactly what you're paying for and the quality you can expect. The fourth are the labor and other costs associated. You want to know how much is the labor costing you. If the quote itself is like for $20,000 for a full roof replacement and like $17,000 of that is for labor, we have a little bit of a problem, don't we? Let's make sure that we're paying a fair price for great service and understand how many workmen are going to be involved on the job site while they're fixing your roof. The fifth thing are your payment options. Now, to start a project, a lot of contractors need some money to get going up front, and that's because they're going to have to buy materials and they want to know that you still have skin in the game too, and you're not just going to disappear on that. At the same time, you don't need to give all the skin in the game up front. See if you guys can work out to a mutually beneficial arrangement where you give them a third up front, a third in the middle of the project, and you give them the final payment upon satisfactory completion of the job. A good roofing contractor will be willing to listen and work with you. The sixth thing is interviewing the contractors on your short list. As you do, consider the following 5 things. Number 1 are their business permits and certifications. Ensure that, again, they have them and that they are licensed, bonded, and insured. The second thing is, when was the business established? Now, this can become very, very important to know. If they've been around forever, more than likely they'll still be around 5 to 10 years in the future to cover that warranty they may be giving you. The third is asking for previous customer references and testimonials. A good roofing contractor is going to probably have a portfolio to provide to you with pictures of showing the before and after the work they have done. The fourth thing to ask about are workman's insurance and material warranties. While we're asking them these questions, let's also ask them how much coverage do they have through their company insurance in case damage is caused to your home. And the fifth thing is that anything that's required, like getting permits, cleaning up after the job is done, maintenance moving forward, should be a given. Any reputable person is going to back up the quality of work that they do and make sure that you're happy and let you know for a fact they got your back. And the 7th step is simply signing the contract with them to get the project going and get your roof fixed. So when you're looking at that and as you're going through your quotes, sometimes cheaper isn't always better and sometimes more money isn't always better. Find the one that you felt the most connected to and that you feel is the best for you to move forward and can back up their work with results that have been proven and demonstrated to give you peace of mind, comfort and confidence moving forward with them. All right, my friends, so now that we've got that out of the way, why don't we take a closer look at the 7 things most homeowners don't know they need to do, and the 4 unexpected things that can happen after closing on your new home. Looking forward to our next conversation. We'll see you in a few.